I've got a great before and after of a golfer who we improved hip internal rotation. And for his driver, it really drove a much better rotary move through his hips because he could actually move rotationally instead of having to substitute with more of a lateral move, which can lead to a little bit more stress on the low back. So let's take a look at the before. And I want you to kind of focus in and around his hips here. As he comes through, right here, right? If we look at kind of his hip level, as he comes through, you can kind of see this angle starts going up, right? So he's definitely getting a bit more kind of lateral move to fake the clear. And if we look at impact, right, versus here, if we look, I mean, this actually makes it a little bit easier because he actually has like little, like the white ties to his pants. As he comes through, those hips are actually starting to clear through. And you can even see at this moment, like those are still relatively level compared to the other side where we see that angle going real far up. So he's actually coming through the golf ball a little bit more. So still, we want to obviously get, if we're talking from a technical standpoint and the instructor's watching, you're like, yeah, the hand should be more forward, whatever. That's not our job. What we're looking at is, can we give him the physical ability to do that? So here we're actually getting him through the ball in a safe way, a more sustainable way from a longevity standpoint. And now this will make you as the instructor, your job, or if you're working on your own swing as the golfer, easier to get your hand position wherever you want it at impact. But it is very clear here as you're watching the hips come through how much more rotary and how much more it helps because we have those little ties there, how much more towards the target they are at impact, versus over here on his before swing, how much more he kind of gets stuck and then ends up having to be lateral, and then he finishes through the golf ball there. So pretty interesting and very cool. We saw definitely speed improvements. We saw consistency improvements. And obviously just generally feeling better. So something really important to take into account when you're thinking about how do tight hips, particularly on my lead side, potentially negatively impact my golf swing.